Okay, I just unboxed this and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's brand new from Wille. You're absolutely going to want to stay tuned to this. This is straight out of the box. I've done nothing to it other than break the zigzag part, and hello, the density on this is low. It feels incredibly realistic. It's made from Wille's heat-friendly synthetic fiber. They feel incredibly fine, incredibly lifelike. The shade is Bahama Beige Shaded. This particular style comes in 7 different colors. There's 3 blondes. This is sort of right in the middle of the other 2. There's one that is lighter and brighter and one that's a little bit deeper. And then there's some brunettes and one that's almost black. Before I pop it on, let me show you the inside of the cap because the cap is so special. It is so beautiful. You've got a full monofilament top, okay? So this means that we can part it anywhere we want. The center, the left, the right. The lace front is absolutely stunning. The material is really soft, so it's not scratchy. It's got an extended lace that runs all the way into the ear tabs, felt covered ear tabs. And then do you see all these sections here are hand tied? You can see my fingers through there. That just speaks to how low density this piece is. And then there's some closed wefting at the back. Whenever you have a style that's lower density like this, manufacturers will often use closed wefting not to create volume, but rather to hold the style itself. And then it's got an extended nape, okay, which helps to keep the wig at the base of your neck, and Velcro adjusters. This is a petite average cap. I have a 22-inch circumference head, which is actually on the higher end of average. For me, what I need to do with this cap is take the adjusters like all the way out. So although my head circumference is the high end of the average, I can still fit into this cap, but I have to take those adjusters all the way out. I told you, you guys are gonna love this. It is so pretty. What I will tell you is this, a couple of things. Number one, when you first get your wig out of the box, it is normal to have a small amount of shedding. So don't worry if you're finding, okay, I don't have any more. I don't think I have any more. When I first took it out of the box, I had like maybe 5 hairs that were shedding. Like that's totally normal. Second thing is like some of the flyaways. You can use hairspray. You could use, I use this John Renault Peace Out cream. It's really great. Put a little bit on your fingers, rub it into your fingers, and then run your fingers through the fiber. It helps with some of those initial flyaways. But this style, ladies, is fire. All I did was I broke the zigzag part. That is it. I've done nothing else, okay? Because this is heat-friendly synthetic fiber, when I wash this, I hang it up to dry and it's going to dry exactly back to this. No styling needed. It's one of the reasons why I love wearing synthetic fiber wigs, is because I don't need to style them. And let me get up close to show you the lace front. It is done so well. The illusion of scalp is really good, which is a great indication of how realistic the density is on this piece. It is so beautiful. So if you have a wig that has a tremendous amount of hair at the top, you may have a hard time seeing that illusion of scalp through the parting space, but that is not the case. So that helps it look incredibly natural. Now this color, Bahama Beige Shaded, is a rooted shade. Whenever you see shaded with Wille, it means that there is a root. But for those of you that love a root, but you don't want it too dark, take a look at some of Wille's shades because they're absolutely beautiful. I think that the rooting is done really well. For me personally, I love a rooted shade. I'm clearly not a natural blonde. And whenever I wear a shade that has 0 root, it sometimes reads a little bit fake. So I love the rooting on this Bahama Beige Shaded. I think they've done a really incredible job. All right, let me do a turn. I'm going to show you this new style, Alasia. Alasia? I think that's how you pronounce it, from all sides. So clearly that's my front. This is my right-hand side. And you'll notice how close the cap is sitting to my head, making this look incredibly natural and realistic. One of the tricks, ladies, whenever you're looking at wigs, you don't only want to be able to see it straight on like that. You want to be able to see it from all the angles because you're living in this hair. You're not just one-dimensional, so you want to be able to see it from all sides, okay? Again, from my right-hand side, and then the back. Part of the beauty of 100% hand-tied cap, and in this case it does have some closed wefting, But A, it's sitting really close to my head, and B, the movement of the fibers is really natural and really beautiful. This is my left-hand side, and then back to the front. I had a lady comment the other day on one of my wig reviews. Actually, I was talking about John Renault Holly, and she made a comment and said, reviewers must get different sets of wigs because that wig didn't look like it did on her, on me. And what she was talking about is it looked shorter on her than it did on me. One of the things that's going to impact that is, number one, the size of your head, number two, the size of your face, and the length of your neck. For example, if you have a larger head than me, if you have a longer face or a longer neck, or maybe even both than myself, if your measurements are longer and larger, this piece is going to look a little bit shorter on you than it does on me. So I just want you to keep that in mind. And so for reference, my head circumference is 22 inches. My face from hairline to chin is approximately 7 inches. And then my neck is 3.5. Knowing those measurements are going to help you, especially not just with an overall length, but also where these layers are going to fall on you and on your face. So for example, with this new style from Ellen Villa, these front sections here are 10 inches, okay? Which makes sense because my face, hairline to chin, is about 7 inches, okay? So the crown is 13 inches measured from here down. The sides are 13 inches, and then the nape, which is measured right from the back down, is 12 inches. And altogether, this wig weighs only 4.4 ounces, which is really great for a style with this length. It feels incredibly comfortable. It feels like something that I would be able to wear all day long. So if you're interested in checking Alasia out, you can find it at wigsbypattiespearls.com. Be sure to save 30% with discount code ERYNN30. That's ERYNN 30. If you're in the US, you can stack ship free, one word, for free US shipping.